Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. Happy Halloween! Can you guys guess who I am? It may be a little bit obscure, but if you know, you know. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But our house guests of the day are Dursey and Nikki. Thank you both so much for the support and the love. We could not do this without you, so thank you again so much. And thank you for the beautiful Halloween card. I hope you're having a wonderful Halloween day. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla. Yay! And let's go over our super chatters from yesterday before we get going, because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Jody Cortez, Mark Pirjallo, Randy Westgard, Susan Pengilly, Benjamin, Nanita Madrano, Shane Wright, Dawn MH302, Mary Ellen L., David Cushmore, and Minnie Joda. Thank you all so much for your super chats. Oh my God, you got it. Yes, it's little Edie. We have decided to be the iconic mother and daughter pair, Big and Little Edie from Grey Gardens. Yeah. But we're having fun with it. Want to watch me dance? So let's get started. When we left off yesterday, Felicia and Cirie remain up on the block because Jag did not use the power veto. So Jag has successfully convinced Matt that Cirie should be the target this week because he and Bowie would feel more confident going up against Felicia in the next HOH competition. Jag thinks that Cirie is a much better competitor than she has let on thus far. He thinks that she's been throwing competitions left and right. Plus, they haven't seen her compete as much as they've seen Felicia. So they feel like Cirie is holding out on them, and she's still got a lot of skills that she hasn't showcased yet. So Matt was like, yeah, I don't care either way. I'm going to leave the decision up to you because I can't play in the next HOH competition. It's, you're the one playing. Wow. He really put up like zero fight on this matter. I thought for sure that he would fight harder for Cirie to stay, but no, he was just like, okay, vote her out. What do I care? So yeah, anyway, Jag, Matt, and Bowie have decided that they will lie to Cirie and make her think that she's staying so that they don't have to deal with the campaigning all week. And then they're just going to blindside her with the vote on Thursday. Okay, say goodbye to another jury vote. I mean, I guess somebody has to get it, right? But like, ugh. Anyway, they also have plans for Felicia. They have even come up with a name for this plan. This is going to be killing me all day. They are calling it Operation Pressure Cooker. And they essentially want to break Felicia so that she won't perform well in the next HOH competition because it's going to be Jag and Bowie versus Felicia. So they want to like make her super paranoid that she could be going this week, keep her up all night before the competition. They're talking about like banging pots and pans if she starts falling asleep. Boo! Are you kidding me? Leave her alone. That is so ridiculous that they are so threatened by Felicia, who has won one competition all season, right? And it was a crapshoot. And I'm not saying that she's not capable, but like you really need to go to extremes like that. Just leave her alone. But we also discussed yesterday, Cirie did a quick little campaign tour while Felicia was in the diary room. And she told Matt and Jag that before Riley left, Riley told her to trust Matt and Jag. And she's like, wouldn't it be cool for Riley to see all of us in the end together? I mean, they do take what Riley says as gospel, but not this. They were not happy about Cirie trying to guilt trip them with this Riley reference and bring up Riley in the first place. So yeah, they weren't happy about it. Cirie also checked in with Bowie, and Cirie said, we've been working together since pretty much the beginning. They had the bye-bye bitches and everything. They were in the comic book bedroom together. She said, we did have a little bump in the road with Red leaving. But she says she has been working on rebuilding her trust with Bowie, and she still wants to move forward in this game together. She still wants to go to the end with her. So she asked Bowie, can I count on your vote? And Bowie said, yes, absolutely. That's a lie. Again, they're going to lie to Cirie the whole week, and then she's going to get voted out in a blindside. Yikes. All right. So the new stuff. Matt's stomach, his tummy was bothering him yesterday. So he wanted some alone time. He said he doesn't like standing up when his stomach is bothering him. because he's afraid the poop's going to come out. I don't know. But anyway, Jag had mentioned that his stomach was also hurting. So they were trying to figure out, like, what did we eat the day before that's making us feel like this? Maybe it was the multiple bottles of wine that they had the night before. Remember how Bowie, Matt, and Jag were hoarding all of their wine so that Felicia and Cirie could not have any of it. And then Bowie was like mixing, different wines together. Blah, blah. So I think that might be what's wrong with your stomach. But Felicia and Cirie both checked on Matt one by one, and they're just making sure he's okay. Matt did let Cirie know he's a little bit stressed for next week. He knows it's going to be intense. Maybe he's feeling a little guilty as well. But Cirie relays to everyone. Matt said he's a little stressed. He just needs some time to relax and lie down. Felicia quietly mentions to Cirie, it's probably a hangover. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. So Bowie chats with Jag a little later in the bathroom, and Bowie says, I bet Felicia's been in Matt's ear. I mean, Felicia did point out to Matt the other day how close Bowie and Jag have gotten. And she's telling Matt, look, there's a really good chance that Bowie and Jag would take each other to the final two. Do you really trust them moving forward? Do you really think it's a good idea to go to the end with them? Things to think about, right? But Jag agrees. He says, yeah, that's probably why Matt has been stressed, because of Felicia being in his ear. So Bowie says, I have noticed that Matt has changed a little bit ever since Felicia said that stuff to him. So Jag says, Felicia needs to shut the F up. And Bowie says, yeah, Felicia is effing with Matt's head. It's not okay. You're saying this, and yet you have this whole freaking named operation that you're planning on carrying out against Felicia to mess with her mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Give me a break. All right. So then later, Bowie checks in with Matt, and Bowie says, I hope that you're not at all worried about next week. And Matt says, no, I'm not worried, but like next week's going to be scary. Bowie says, I get it. It is scary when you're the HOH and then you can't play in the next HOH competition. And Matt says, oh, I'm not worried about you guys. Like, I know you're solid. I know you're not going to like snake me. But Bowie says, I just wanted to reassure you, we're good. Like, you don't have to worry about that. I know, this game calls for constant reassurance, so don't worry. But she says it's going to be Jag and me versus Felicia in the HOH competition. So she likes her chances. She likes their odds. Matt says there is that worst case scenario, though. Worst case scenario, Felicia wins HOH, and then one of our three is going to have to go, right? Because she's going to be safe for the week. So Bowie is telling Matt, like, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So then Bowie also tells Matt, prepare, because Felicia is cooking right now. She means game-wise. I mean, obviously, Felicia's always cooking for these people. But she means game-wise that Felicia is scheming. I mean, yeah, she's going to try and campaign. Duh. It just blows my mind how Bowie gets so pissed off when anybody tries to play the game. But anyway, Bowie says, Cirie and Felicia don't understand that whatever they're cooking up is not going to break us. So Matt says, even if Felicia wins HOH, she's not going to be able to beat us in the rest of the competitions, like to get to the end. She's screwed, right? Because we would just get her out the following, well, not week because it's like short, but the following like eviction cycle. So Bowie's like, don't worry, I'm going to keep studying all week so that I'll perform well on this HOH. Great. Okay, so Matt also admits that he does feel bad that they're keeping Felicia over Cirie, because he feels like Cirie, he would prefer for Cirie to stay on a personal level, but he understands that on a game level, Felicia will be easier for them to beat. So Bowie says, yeah, Cirie has to go because she is a better player. Plus, she won traitor. She called it traitor, and it made me laugh so hard. I know, obviously, like, it's the traitors, but the way that she said it just cracked me up. So, yeah, anyway, a little later, Jag checks in with Matt. And Matt is super nervous still about Felicia potentially winning HOH next week. So Jag is reassuring him there's no way I'm going to let Felicia win HOH or POV. Unfortunately, production is probably in on that as well. But Please give us something that Felicia's gonna have a chance in, please. But they take? No. They talk about how their Minutemen Alliance is so amazing and how the viewers love them. Do we? I'm sure some do, right? Of course some do, but like they think that they're just like this beloved duo. And Jag says, "Oh yeah, everyone's still going to be talking about us when they even get to like Big Brother 53." Are we going to get to Big Brother 53? That's a long way away. Even if they start doubling up the seasons, but 2 a year. But I also don't think that we're still going to be talking about the Minutemen at that point. But Jag starts drawing comparisons between them and the Hitmen, Cody and Derek. Do we need another Hitmen alliance? Like, let's just leave that. Let's do some new things. But I also feel like Jag is trying to push this on Matt just in case Matt wins the final HOH to be like, hey, remember, Cody took Derek to the end. They're boys. He could have taken Victoria, but he didn't. So if you win, take me. That's what it seems like is going on here. But then Matt starts talking crap about America and Corey and how they're not going to last. Does he have some sort of an America quota that he has to fill every day? He has to talk crap about her specifically a certain amount each day? Because it just doesn't make any sense how often he brings them up and the vitriol that he has for them and specifically America. Like, it's bizarre. I do not get it. But anyway, later, Jag was back in the HOH room and he tells Matt, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at Riley's picture while I read her letter out loud to you. And I'm going to use my best Riley voice. Oh my God. What is this? So he reads the letter and his Riley impression doesn't sound much different from his regular voice. But after he finishes reading the letter, Matt jokes for Jag to come give him a kiss and make it real. So Jag jokingly starts going in for it. They are losing it. They are losing it big time. But anyway, last night, Cirie and Felicia were chatting in the comics bedroom. And Cirie, I had to include this. Cirie comments that Felicia's robe actually looks clean for once because Felicia had just taken it out of the laundry. But while she was out there, she saw Matt, Jag, and Bowie all hanging out. And Felicia says those three are out in the backyard, skinning and grinning, acting like they're the only three left in the house. And Felicia says, honestly, it's insulting because they're acting like they don't need us anymore. And she says it pisses her the F off. She says, I wish I had gotten rid of those suckers in the beginning of the game when everybody wanted their asses gone. Things would have been a lot different. But she says, at least if the older people were still here, they would have had the respect to do people right. They wouldn't have treated people like crap. They would have been nicer. They still would have been making moves, but they would have been nicer about it. Treated people like humans. So Felicia asks, how did we land at this point in the game with three effing idiots? She says, we've got one adult trying to be a kid, and we have two kids who don't know any better. And she does correct herself. She's like, okay, they're not kids. I mean, they're in their late 20s, right? They're not kids. But she says they are pseudo grown. And she figures they don't even realize what they're doing wrong here, with the way that they are treating her and Cirie. So Cirie says, you know what? I don't give an F. She says, if people don't want to be around me, that makes me want to be around them even less. So I really don't care. But it does upset Felicia because she really feels like Matt, Jag, Bowie not even feeling the need to communicate with them. It just makes her feel like they don't see her or Cirie having any value in this game. And that's why they're just icing them out. That's so sad. So meanwhile, we've got Matt, Bowie, and Jag all in the hammock together. And they are talking about how they're Felicia's mustard seeds. They should have called themselves the mustard seeds because they've saved her so many times in this game. And they're talking about how they want Felicia to return the favor and throw the HOH competition to them on Thursday. You really expect her to throw this competition? Just stop. But Jag's asking, do you think we could get Felicia to throw it? And Bowie says, no chance. I would have to agree. No chance. Especially with the way that you've been treating her this week. No. So they kick around some ridiculous ideas of what they can tell Felicia to try and get her to throw this competition. And they were like, what if we make up some like ridiculous thing? Like we tell her if she wins HOH that she won't be able to play for the bonus HOH that's coming up midweek. So dumb. So dumb that they're actually going to try and trick her like this. Like, just stop. But anyway, I feel like production shouldn't allow them to do that because that's like using production as strategy to like lie about like a competition or whatever. Now, we do know that the next person to be evicted after Thursday will be leaving on Sunday. So they will have an HOH competition on a different day. But the fact that they're like lying about whether or not she's going to be able to compete is really messed up. But I feel like Julie will also put a stop to that because usually when they go from 4 to 3, or, you know, they do the next one, they'll say whoever wins this HOH will be able to compete in the final 3 HOH. But anyway, a little later, the trio of Matt, Jag, and Bowie goes to the kitchen to make some food. And Felicia comes in, and they are barely engaging with her. So Felicia is just standing there at the kitchen island, and she is staring them down while they basically ignore her. So she's good. I'm sorry, she's there for a good 20 minutes at least, just like watching it all unfold, watching what they're doing, and they're not really talking to her. So eventually that 3 starts breaking up. Matt goes outside. Bowie's getting ready to go outside. So now Felicia has the opportunity to talk to Jag. So she confronts Jag. Ah! Okay, we've been waiting for this. So Felicia says, I'm trying to figure out, did we miss something? And Jag is like, who? Felicia says, me and Suri. And Felicia says, we feel like there's 3 people over there, and then there's 2 people over there, right? Meaning you've got the trio, and then you have Suri and Felicia doing their own thing. And Felicia says, it feels like we're just irrelevant factors in the house right now. And Jag is like, what do you mean? Did I say something? He's acting all innocent here, but he knows what he's been doing. So Felicia says, it's almost like you guys are your own little crew. You know, you have your final 3, and then you're just waiting to negate the 2 other bodies, right? Get us out of here. So Jag says, I've just been hanging out the same way that I always been, you know? No. He has admitted that he has been avoiding Felicia and Suri because he doesn't want to get trapped in game conversations with them. It's very cowardly. But Felicia's like, no, there's a difference, right? She knows that there's a difference. So Jag says, well, it's not like we were all hanging out 24/7 before. And Felicia's like, no, and I'm not expecting that. But Jag says, I haven't been intentionally leaving anyone out. So at this point, Bowie goes outside with Matt, and we hear her complaining about how Felicia was staring at them when they were in the kitchen. And now Felicia's having a go at Jag. Of course, Bowie like ran away from the situation and had to complain about it to Matt. But back in the kitchen, Felicia brings up how she's been standing there for like 20 minutes, right? 20, 30 minutes, and no one was including her. Like, what is going on here? So Jag's like, well, I was just making food. It's not like I was having a lively conversation with anyone else. So he seems to, you know, feel like he's under fire here. He's like, I don't like the line of questioning. Felicia tells him, don't get offended. You know, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just telling you how I feel. So Felicia says, I'm just wondering, is this what it's going to be like for the 4th person until they're gone? You know, are you just going to ice that person out? Are you going to isolate them? And Jag says, I'm not trying to make anyone feel isolated. Oh, really, Mr. Pressure Cooker, Operation Pressure Cooker? He had a lot to say behind closed doors with Bowie and with Matt, but now that he's actually being confronted by Felicia, he's all like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're talking about. So Jag apologizes, and he says, if I made you feel that way, it hasn't been intentional. And he says, there's only 5 people left now. You know, you and Suri hang out. I've always hung out with Matt, and then Bowie had to like figure out who she was going to hang out with. So he's trying to make it seem like this is some organic thing. But Jag says nothing has shifted for him. He still wants Felicia there. And he says, we can hang out whenever you want. Oh, sure, Jag. Okay. I think now that he's been called out on his behavior, he's getting a little bit embarrassed about what he's been doing. But anyway, Jag, Bowie, and Matt were chatting later, and they are clearly annoyed that Felicia has called out their behavior. So on a personal level, they were talking about how they want to keep Suri, but they feel like she's got to go for game reasons, right? Because again, they think they have a better chance of beating Felicia in the competitions than Cirie. But they are also pissed that apparently Felicia has been thinking about what she would potentially say in her final 2 speech. They're like, oh my God, she's getting so cocky, just assuming that she's going to get there. So, yeah, again, they're talking about trying to get Felicia to throw this next HOH competition, which is, in my opinion, a little bit pathetic. But they want to lie about how these end game competitions work. So they've come up with another lie that they want to try and use. They want to tell Felicia whoever wins the final 4 HOH advances directly to part 2 of that 3-part final HOH. And they're going to tell her it's a physical competition. So, like, do you really want to do that? You know, do you really want to go up against us in a physical comp? Felicia has been watching this damn show since the beginning. She knows how this works, so I don't see this even working on her. But also, that's not how the game works. And I feel like this is using production as a strategy, and I feel like if they do try to push this with Felicia, the diary room needs to step in here and be like, you need to cut this out because that's not okay. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're even actually going to try to push that with her. But anyway, this morning, Cirie and Felicia are chatting in the comics bedroom, and this was so sweet. They hug. Felicia tells Cirie, you are the best thing to happen to me in this house, and that's for real. She says, I have made some mistakes in this game. Cirie says, I have too. Felicia says, I have thrown you under the bus a few times, and I apologize for that. A few? Maybe like a few dozen, a few hundred, I don't know. But at least she's owning it, right? She's owning up to it now. So Cirie says, I may have done that as well. Yeah. So Felicia says, however, you and me is genuine, right? Oh no, I'm coming apart. You and me is genuine. I want to keep that after we leave this house, right? She still wants to be friends after they leave. And Cirie says, I feel the same way. I feel like I have gained another sister. Stop. And they say they love each other. They love that they're both unapologetically who they are. They don't deal with the fake crap. And Cirie tells Felicia, I really appreciate you and the time that we've spent together. Wicked just had their 20th anniversary. It was another because I knew you moment. But yeah, today is Halloween, obviously, and the house guests all woke up excited for that. They're all hugging. They're excited that they're getting Chinese food later from production. They're all going to wear costumes. So I don't know if Big Brother is going to actually give them real costumes or if they're just going to have to stay in their bootleg ninja outfits that they've put together today. Everyone's just wearing black at this point, and I guess they're supposed to be ninjas. But I'm hoping that Big Brother is going to give them actual costumes because this is only like the second time that we've ever had Big Brother during Halloween, right? The first time was during Over the Top. So let's take advantage of this situation. Let's get them in some damn Party City costumes or something. But yeah, I guess they're going to have a little Halloween party later. And I have to say there has been a little bit more mingling between the two sides today now that Felicia has broken the ice and called Jag out. So we'll see if there's more progress there because I just hate to see like the nastiness the last 2 weeks in this game. But that's where we're at. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. Sounds like Pitter Patter's here.
Oh, hi. Pitter Patter.
Oh, it's Big Edie.
Pitter Patter.
Okay, the Pitter Patter thing, if you don't watch Documentary Now, they did a parody.
I'm smiling too much.
Yeah, they did a parody of the Grey Gardens documentary, and it is one of the best episodes in the whole series.
Why is my head so big?
Because your big head. It just so happens to be one of the best episodes, and it was the first one.
Want to watch me eat a can of tuna?
Yes. Vegan tuna. But yeah, I want to thank all of our super chatters because you're all amazing, and we hope you're having a fantastic Halloween. So let's see who we got. So Wendy Will, thank you so much. Boo. Oh, hi. Vajra, thank you, Wendy. Vajra, thank you so much. Vajra says, wishing you all spooky fun tonight. Yay. Also, refresh my memory. Has Big Brother ever previously aired during Halloween, or is this the first season to do so? Like I just said, I think this is the second one, right? Because the first one was Over the Top. Yeah, so this is the second one, which is kind of fun, right? We don't see it very often, or like ever almost. So yes, it is a good time. Dauber D, thank you so much. This is Dauber's first super chat.
Yay.
Woo! And Dauber said, I can't wait to see Big Edie. Yay, Grey Gardens. You can catch more of Big Edie later on our episode recap where
Or
we will
on the
still be in
vlog.
costume. Yes, or the vlog. Thank you so much. Alice Show, thank you so much. Alice says, every year, Big Brother disappoints me, but you know I'll be watching again next year. Happy Halloween. I know, right? How many times have we all been like, I'm not watching this show anymore? And then
Never.
we always come back for more. It's a sickness. Thank you again. Mark Pirjallo, thank you so much as always. Benjamin, thank you so much. Benjamin says, how nice would it be for the HOH to be a cooking competition, right? Because, I mean, how many times have the house guests been like, we have to keep Felicia around because she's cooking for us. She's a good cook. We want
got a
food.
two flipping competition.
Yeah, so let's throw it back in their faces and have a cooking competition. That'd be sick. Benjamin also says, jokes aside, many comps have favored Matt and Jag. Why not make this one suit Felicia? I know, we need more competitions where anybody could win them, right? For sure. I totally agree. Justin Tanner, thank you so much. Justin says, the second I saw you and Janet, I knew. Great costumes. Yay! And that's the thing, like, if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you're probably very confused right now. But we hope you all have a wonderful Halloween. Everybody stay safe. Have fun. We will be back later for the episode chat. So get your trick-or-treating done and then make your way back. Yes, yay. I need to go fix this because it's driving me crazy. But thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you later. And until then, much love and happy Halloween. Bye. Bye, everybody.